Hi, Professor Usko. This is Sushma Madhubena, and we are going to present a topic on cloud computing. And there are several cloud computing services, and one of the popular ones is AWS Management Console, and we have Microsoft Azure. And we selected AWS Management Console, and we are going to give a demo on it. So, first of all, we have to get an account in this. So, the first step is signing to the console. So I already created an account for this. So just click on the root user and create a enter your email ID and then click on next. So you need to enter your password. Click on sign in. And this is the console, AWS console. And here we have this logo, which is called services. Just click on it. And here we have like several options and several services by AWS. And here we have analytics, application integration, AWS cost management, blockchain, compute, containers, customer enablement, database, development tools, Internet of Things, machine learning, game development. There are several things which we can work on. So first of all, let's select this all services in this. And in all services, we have so many services provided by the AWS. We have API Gateway, AWS App Config, and Athena, AWS Artifact, and even if we swipe down, so there are so many services provided by the AWS and AWS Chatbot and Code Build, Code Deploy. So I'll demonstrate few major things done by the the most useful services. The first one would be on EC2. EC2 is a virtual server basically. And here, if you can see the data which we are storing is the location would be in North Virginia. And if we click on this, we get several locations where the data is stored. And the data is stored in North Virginia. And then if we click on our account, this is my account. And we have like several options: account organization, billing dashboard, security credentials, settings, and all. And this is the account ID. And this is the EC2 dashboard. EC2, and we have instances over here, instances type, launch templates, spot request, and everything. So there are certain events also here, but there are no such events right now, and some limits or two. And under the instances, we can actually add instances. To add instance, we need to click on launch instances. And this is the next thing which we get. And here we need to give like the name for the name and tags like for this. For example, we can give my web server. So right now I'm not giving any, I'm not assigning any instance right now. And if we scroll down, we have like so many options such as AWS, Mac OS, Ubuntu, Windows, Red Hat. We need to select one. And further swiping it down, there are like we have subnet, network, and everything assigned to it. And we need to assign all the values here. And then we need to click on launch instance, and then the instance would be added to the EC2, EC2 management console. So I'm not doing it right now. This is just a demo of it. Mm, there are instance types also under this. And this is there are so many instance types here. So this is how we add an instance to EC2. And then we'll look into further few more services. The popular services here. Mm, We'll check this IAM. IAM stands for Identity and Access Management. IAM stands for Identity and Access Management, and this is how it looks. Here we have multi-factor authentication over here. If you want, you can add multi-factor authentication by clicking just on this Add Multi-Factor Authentication. See here you have your account name, account ID, your email address, and your canonical user ID. And you can just add your like multi-factor authentication device over here. And here are the access keys for this. Right now I'm not doing this, so just back. Yeah, this is the IAM, and we have several user groups, users, roles, policies, and identity providers here. So we have users over here. We can actually add a user by clicking on add users over here. You need to give an username. For instance, I'm gonna give SUSHMA Sushma. Here are the instructions to give a valid username. And it can have up to 64 characters, and valid characters are from capital A to Z and from small a to Z, 0 to 9. So I'm just keeping like it's simple. So just putting it at Sushma, and I'm gonna click on next. Here we have like permissions options. In the first one would be the add user to the group. I'm not changing any of the permissions over here. Just proceeding for further. Just clicking on next, and you can actually give your name, like some attributes over here. Add a new tag by clicking a new tag. You can give like a name, like it may be like first name. I'm just giving it as first name, and you need to give the value. So I'm gonna give this value Sushma. So I'm gonna click on add a new tag. If you want to add a new tag, you can just give it or give that. So I'm not giving the new tag. I'm just going with one tag, and I'm just gonna click on create user. I'll remove this, and I'll click on remove this. See here, a new user has been created with name Sushma. These are the fields, username, groups, last activated. These are all the fields over here. And we have user roles also over here. We have so many roles over here, like AWS service support role for support, AWS service role for trusted advisor. Like we have so many roles over here. If you want, just you can click on this create role, and you can just browse anything. So like we have AWS, we have like for EC2, Lambda, and other to perform this account. And this is the AWS account, and this is a web security. And we have like different entities over here. We just need to select one and just click on next. For now, I'm not just doing this. I'm just going back. So this is how we add roles over here in this tab. And we have user groups over here. You can just create a group over here. Some group name, some random group name. You can put some random group name, like maybe Bradley. And I'm gonna scroll. I'm not gonna change any of the permissions here. Just click on the create group over here, and see you see that a new user group has been created over here. And this is how we do this. And we have so many tabs under this access management. And this is identity providers. These are the policies. And yeah, this is the thing. If you want, you can just click on the add user, but just given this, you can do the like this. And I just told about this previously. So since like we checked it too, and we are like we can go with the further things also. I'll let you know about this. I'm just clicking on the services. And EC2, we checked EC2 just right now. So we will go with the other few services here available over here. EC2. We have S3 over here. We'll just click on this and see what exactly S3 does. S3 is like every object in S3 is stored in a bucket. So in order to upload your files or folders to S3, you need to create a bucket where the objects can be stored. So for create like to store this, we need to create an object so bucket. So just tap on this thing, create bucket, and you need to put your bucket name. So there are like this instruction over here that is a bucket name must be globally unique and must not contain spaces or upper cases. See, to name this, we just need to see the rules. So just click on see rules. We'll get to know more about the rules and bucket naming rules. Bucket names must be between 3 to 63 characters long. Bucket names can consist of lowercase numbers, dots, okay. Bucket names must begin and end with a letter or number. Bucket names must not contain two adjacent periods. Bucket names must be formatted as an IP address. So these are some rules listed over here. So if you scroll down, they actually provided with some examples over here in order to name the bucket. So I'll select this one as an example. These are not recommended basically, but according to the guidelines over here, these are actually recommended. So let's just select one of these. I'll select log hyphen delivery hyphen March hyphen 2020. I'll copy this. I'll create a bucket over here with this thing. See, this is the AWS region where the data is stored, which is in North Virginia. And if you have like something like if you want to choose a bucket, you just can choose a bucket over here. There's an option over here. So, and there are certain permissions over here. I'm not changing anything right now. Just scroll down and just need to click on the create bucket. This already exists. So random number over here. I'm clicking on create bucket. See here, the bucket is successfully created, stating log hyphen delivery hyphen March underscore like March hyphen 2024252. So see, this bucket is created over here. So this is how we create a bucket in S3. And let us see few more services available, popular services in AWS from AWS. Okay, we'll just check this AWS chatbot. Clicking on AWS chatbot, we have Amazon Chime. Just click here, Amazon Chime, and configure client. You need to give some naming for this, your name, and you need to select some URL and all. You need to do all this. You need to fill this IAM role and role name and everything if you can create, and just click on configure. Then this is done. Right now, I'm not doing this. And Amazon Chime is like very popular nowadays for video conferencing. And all services, let's look into some of few more uh, services provided by AWS. Let's look on this VPC. we have like this VPC over here, and if you have internet, you can connect to the internet. If you don't have internet, you can just connect to the VPC over here. And we have like subnets over here for each, like for each VPC, we have like 6 subnets over here. And if you just click on this, we can see the sub VPCs. Then this is the default VPC ID. And there are the subnets, like we have 6 subnets over here for each VPC. And these are the route tables. And here is the internet gateways and carrier gateways over here. There are several options under VPC. And if you want to create a subnet, I'll just create a subnet. Okay, see, just click on the subnet and you can just tap on this called create subnet and click on this. Over here, you'll get an VPC ID, and this is a default address, and this is the IPv4 address, which is default one. And here we have subnet settings, and subnet one, you need to give some name over here and the availability zone. We're going to select like North Virginia and some IPv4 random address, and then just click on this create subnet, and the subnet would be created to the VPC over there. So yeah. So these are the services and services provided by the AWS, and I tried to show few of the familiar or popular services provided by the AWS. And thank you, Professor, for giving this opportunity. Thank you.